Hey everybody, I'm Jay and this is part 6 of my video guide to running the Grimoire campaign setting for Spheres of Power by Drop Dead Studios. This series was inspired by the Spheres of Power world-building semi-contest. So let's get on to part 6. Alright, today we're talking about Merrows and Sirens as well as Ranai. So the Merrows and Sirens are actually two separate races, the Sirens being distinctly human from the waist up and have the tails of swimming mammals from the waist down. They are peaceful, inventive, and selfless. Merrows, by contrast, are mostly human-sized lionfish, only having the torsos and arms of humans and little else. They tend to be reclusive, suspicious, and selfish. Despite these distinctions, however, most races of the land and sky tend to get the two confused, a fact which the Sirens consider offensive as they are clearly not so ugly, and the Merrows consider offensive for the same reason. In reality, however, both are breathtaking in their own respects. Notable members of the Sirens, one was Tallulah, the Leaping Water being the name that she was known by, the bearer of Murtugul, the Endless Sea, one of the 5 staffs of power. She was also a founding member of the Council of the World Soul and the Tetrasymleia, both of which are now disbanded. Tallulah perished when Murtugul was broken, and there is some controversy as to exactly how the staff was broken, but all accounts involve Alcandros of the Boreans discovering a Corian wonderkind in possession of Murtugul and Tallulah buried alive in a sinkhole of mud. So, adapting Merrows and Sirens to Grimoire, Merrows and Sirens are similar enough that they both use stats for merfolk. Merrows lose low light vision and gain deep sight. They begin play speaking only Aquan, whereas Sirens lose low light vision and gain Sea Singer. Merrow and Siren spellcasters both prefer the Mind Sphere, as well as water-themed packages and talents. Now on to the Ranai. Little is known about the Ranai, except that the frog folk share a forest with the Leonians in evident peace. This is likely due to each race minding their own business and their own meals. Many Ranai are dendrites, and they predominantly observe the goings-on of the Ranai forest, subtly supporting the forest's natural defenses so visiting species cause as little lasting damage as possible. This also makes the forest less tame and hospitable, encouraging travelers to move on and discouraging refugee races such as the Leonians from making it a permanent home. Notable members, there are few, if any, notable Ranai, as they keep to themselves and tend to nature rather than recognition. One story, however, tells of an elder dendrite known as Sapovelo, which is Old Toad, who meditated right through the cataclysm and still hasn't woken up to this day. They say he has had 150,000 previous lives, and it must be true, for he croaks every night. Adapting Ranai to Grimoire, Ranai use the stats for Gripples from the Advanced Races Guide. Ranai have the Ranai subtype and speak Sylvan instead of Gripply. Ranai prefer the nature and weather spheres and plant and water-themed packages and talents. So that wraps up part 6. I hope you had fun. We'll see you for part 7. Thanks. Bye.